Could you please state and spell your name?
Sabrina Carter, Sabrina Carter.
Thank you, ma'am. Where do you work, ma'am?
Tylertown Learning Center,
And what's your role at Tylertown?
the director.
Is that in Clarksville, Tennessee,
Yes,
Montgomery County?
yes,
Okay. How long have you been working there?
3 years.
Were you working there on January 9th, 2023?
Yes,
As the director?
correct, yes.
What are your responsibilities as the director?
Overseeing everything, hiring, staffing, kids, families, all of it.
Okay. Do you know Miss Sarah Fuson?
Yes,
How do you know her?
she was an employee with us,
Do you remember when she started working there?
roughly in July of that same year.
Well, it would have been the year before.
22, you're correct.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So about almost 6 months?
Yes,
Okay. Do you see Miss Fuson here in the courtroom today?
yes.
Could you please tell the jury where she's sitting and what she's wearing?
To the left, a black sweater, floral top.
Your Honor, I ask the record reflect that Ms.
All right,
Carter.
let the record reflect the witnesses identify the defendant.
So I'm going to direct your attention back to January 9th of 2023. Do you recall that date?
Yes,
Okay. Do you recall Miss Olivia Hyde? Was she a student or a child at your center?
yes,
Was she there on that date?
yes.
Okay. What classroom was she in that day?
The 1-year-old room, the little
Okay.
ducklings.
How long had she been in that 1-year-old classroom, if you recall?
She had been transitioning within the month that she had turned 1.
Okay. So how many days had she been with Miss Fuson, if you can recall?
I honestly can't. I don't know exactly.
Okay. Explain to the jury a little bit how your transitioning system works as far as.
When they turn 1, we start letting them go over to meet those teachers, to get to know those teachers in that classroom, and the way that they do things, it's a little different, obviously. And so different times throughout the day, we'll send them over whenever they have space, they have the ability, and things like that. Like, we just take a lot of it into consideration.
Okay. And was there anything about Olivia's transition? Tell us about that. Was it normal? Was it unusual? Tell
No,
us
it
about
was completely normal. She was moving up with the kids that she had already been in the same classroom with.
Okay. So she was ready to transition.
Correct.
Okay. Do you recall speaking to Miss Macy Hyde on January 10th?
Yes.
Okay. What was the subject of that conversation?
She came in that morning at drop off and showed me some pictures and just asked me if I could look into it, that, they didn't know what had happened and that they would just hope that we could try to help them with the cameras and things.
What were the pictures of?
Olivia's arms.
Okay. Were Olivia's arms normal, or did you see anything on Olivia's arms?
They were bruised and had marks on them.
Okay. When you said you were going to look into it, what did you mean by that?
The camera system that we have.
So you guys have a camera system there.
Correct.
Is it in every room or?
Yes,
Okay.
everywhere.
Okay. Do you maintain and operate that system as the director?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you see when you looked at the camera? Videos, I should say.
I had no idea what time frame to look at. I just started as soon as I could after Macy left that morning. I was in the office by myself, so as soon as time allowed that I could start looking, the first thing I seen was at breakfast and her just Miss Fuson being very rough, putting Liv back at the table. And as soon as I seen that, I pulled her out of the room, but I knew that didn't cause the bruising.
Okay.
So I continued to look.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. I'm sorry. Just explain a little bit in more detail about what you mean by being rough. What did you observe?
She would put her in the chair and just push the chair up to the table as she was crying.
How did she grab her? If you remember.
I mean, other than just, it's rough for a 1-year-old or honestly for any kid, but she would just pick her back up and put her back in the chair and just shove the chair back up.
But it was rough enough that you felt the need to separate her from the
Oh,
child?
yes. Yes.
What did you do at that point?
At that point, we got another teacher to go into that classroom, and I believe I put Sarah back with our older pre-K because there was other teachers back there.
Okay. And what did you do at that point?
I think at that point I got back in touch with Macy, and then she did tell me that I guess Sarah had told her that one of the, I guess, Liv's worst time of the day that day was during nap time because that was her first full day in there.
Okay.
And so I went to nap time and watched that clip.
What did you see on that clip?
Her repeatedly pushing Liv down on the cot.
I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. Do you know approximately what time the 1-year-olds eat breakfast?
Breakfast is at 8.
So it would have been pretty soon after she arrived. And then what time is nap time?
Roughly in that room, it's a little different, so anywhere from 11:30, 11:45 to 12.
Okay. Now, you said you saw her roughly push her down on the cot. Explain a little bit better what you mean by that.
She was standing over her. Liv's head would have been here, and she was standing over her and just kept repeatedly, like, just slamming her back down onto her cot.
Could you describe the cots that you guys have?
The edges are, part of them are plastic. On those, I'm not sure if all the edges are plastic or if there's any of the aluminum in those, and then the tighter netting type.
Okay. I believe we have a cot here for you to view, if we could have that. While he's doing that, do you recall someone coming to get this cot?
Yes.
Who was that?
I don't remember.
Do you remember who they were with?
I honestly, I'm not sure if it was TBI or if it was the detectives.
It was law enforcement, though?
Yes.
Back to January the 10th, after you had the conversation with Miss Hyde about nap time and you saw her forcefully pushing her down onto that cot multiple times, do you recall how many times?
I would say at least 4 or 5.
Okay. What did you do after that?
I called her up and let her go.
Let her go, you mean you terminate her employment?
Correct.
She say anything?
No.
She just said, understood why she was fired? Or?
I honestly, I don't remember if it's when I called her up the first time and changed rooms or if it was the second time. That I do remember showing her one of the clips, telling her that, I mean, that was really rough. And she was just like,
You
and
talking about the
she
clip
just kinda-
of the high chair or the clip of the cot where she said that was really rough?
I honestly don't
You
remember.
don't remember? Now, after you said it was 4 or 5 times that you remember her being forced down. Do you remember anything of Olivia doing after the final time Ms. Fuson forced her down?
No,
You know, did she move anymore?
not that I noticed.
Okay. Did you watch the video prior to your testimony here today that you had seen on that day on January 10th,
Yes,
just earlier today?
yes,
Was it the same video that you viewed on January 10th,
yes,
2023?
yes.
Has it been edited or altered in any way
No.
whatsoever? Your Honor, I would ask to enter the video from January 10th, 2023 at Tylertown Learning Center as State's Exhibit 3 and permission to play and publish for the jury.
What? When the jury has a question, you submit it to me in writing without your name on it, and I have been handed one that says, what is the age range in the toddler room? So I'm going to allow Mr. Holder to ask that question now, so.
Yes, Ms. Carter, you heard the judge. What is the age range of the toddler room?
12 to 24.
And is that the room that Olivia was in on January the 9th?
Yes.
Now, do you recognize the still image that's up on the screen?
Yes.
What is that? What is that a still image of?
It's the classroom that she was in that day. It's the one-year-old room.
Okay. So it looks like the lights are out. What time does the first person usually arrive? Hey, do you recognize that person?
Yes.
Who was that?
That looked to be Miss Amy.
Okay, is she just getting the class ready for the day? or-
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to fast forward for the record to 53 minutes and 2 seconds. Approximately there, as close as I can get. This is fairly sensitive. So it looks like some children have arrived. Who else do you see on the video at this point?
Other than the kids,
Yes, ma'am.
Sarah.
Okay. Is that her in the bottom right?
Yes.
Okay. Fast forwarding. Who is that coming in through the door there? Do you recognize him?
It looks to be Macy and Olivia.
Okay. What do they usually bring with them? Is that a blanket she has there? Or?
Yeah, if it's a Monday morning, they bring in their blankets they take home on Fridays and
Okay.
anything else that they would need.
So it looks like is there 6 kids in there on this day? Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Slightly. Looks like Miss Hyde just left at approximately 55 minutes. Fast forward next to approximately 1 hour and 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, would this be Ms. Fuson getting ready for breakfast time that we discussed earlier in your testimony?
Yes, it seems to be.
Okay. Those chairs they're sitting in, are those just small chairs? Are they high chairs? What kind of chairs are?
No, those are just small chairs for their age group.
Okay. And is that, if you recognize her, is that Olivia that's being picked up there?
Yes.
She's in the chair facing the camera on the right side of the table, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Was this all pretty normal? Does the teacher or Miss Fuson, whoever it happens to be, typically put the bibs on and get the food ready for all of them like this?
Yeah, they'll start getting them ready and then the washing their hands and stuff. And then in the mornings, it depends if the cook's there, so open up, but they'll bring the breakfast in the classroom.
Okay. fast forward just a touch here. Now, Olivia doesn't appear to be falling out of her chair, does she?
No.
What is Miss Fuson writing down right there, if you know?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Do they write down what they feed them for breakfast, or just, do you know?
In that classroom at the time, I don't remember us doing that, but it could be a daily sheet with that kind of stuff on it.
Okay. Now, what is Olivia doing right now?
It looks like she's turning around in her chair.
Okay.
They've been sitting there for a while.
Did that action by Miss Fuson there concern you?
Yes.
In what way?
With our little guys, especially when they're new in those rooms and in those situations, you try to help them more than you just expect them to know what to do and how to do it.
That appear to be the way that you want one of your teachers to handle a 1-year-old?
That way?
Yes.
No.
Can you tell if Olivia is crying or not?
This one I can't. When I was watching earlier, the closer that I was, I could tell that she was. And I don't know if it's this time or if it's another time that she does it. I thought there was more than once.
Okay. I'm gonna fast forward slightly, 20 seconds approximately. Again, does Olivia appear to be falling out of her chair?
No, she's not falling out. She's just turning around, it looks
Okay.
like.
What is Miss Fuson doing there?
It looks like she's holding her and talking to her.
Uh-huh. And that's acceptable treatment of a child, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, looks like she's putting her back in the chair. Let's forward slightly. I think breakfast is arriving. Is that how it works? Somebody brings the food to the classroom?
Yes.
Okay. Fast forward slightly, approximately 1 minute. At that point, did it appear Olivia slipped out of her chair?
It does. It looked like when she pushed her in a while ago that it pushed Liv forward.
I'm gonna rewind it slightly. Did those actions by Miss Fuson concern you at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's still rough.
Does it appear as though Olivia's crying right now?
Yes, it looks like she is.
Is Olivia eating?
It doesn't look that way to me.
Does it look like, What does it look like she's doing?
Looks like she's just sitting there crying.
Okay. Fast forward slightly. She grabbed her by the arms again there, right? Did she grab her by the arms there as well?
Yes, it looked like it.
Okay. How would you prefer one of your teachers adjust a 1-year-old in their chair if that needs to happen? Where should they grab them?
Well, just depending on where they're falling out or if they're just moving around in it, like picking them up and moving them is one thing, but the more of the aggression of doing it and like slamming them up to the table is not okay. In this situation, when she's not even eating and she's crying, I would suggest get her up from the table.
Okay. Does it appear as though she's still crying?
Looks like it.
I'm going to fast forward slightly to approximately 1 hour 20. Same thing again. She slipped out of the chair and was grabbed by the arms. I'll fast forward approximately 20 minutes. Looks like Miss Fuson's cleaning up breakfast and wiping the kids down. Is that
Correct.
typically what they do? Olivia's still sitting at the table, I'm sorry.
Yes.
She appears to be staying in her seat okay at this point. For 30 seconds. Now she's cleaning up Olivia now. Did those actions by Ms. Fuson concern you at all?
No,
Okay.
other than it's not procedure for us to clean them that way.
What was
They should have been washing their hands at the sink and cleaning that way.
okay? I'm going to ask you to watch it again one time to rewind 10 seconds. The way she gets her out of the chair. See, just if anything pops out to you. Not, that's fine.
The fact that, I mean, she went straight to the ground, but I don't know if that would have been on purpose or if she just,
Okay. Okay, so breakfast is over at this point. You said this breakfast would have been at approximately 8 o'clock?
yes, 8 to 8:30.
Okay. And then you said nap time was dependent upon, but generally around what time? I'm sorry.
For them, I'm not sure if it had been around 11, between 11:30 and 12.
Okay. So for the record, Your Honor, I'm going to fast forward to approximately 5 hours, 1 minute, 50 seconds for the video time. Okay, is she getting the kids ready for nap time at this point?
Yes.
If you don't see her right at this point, do you see where Olivia is at this point? I don't believe she's on camera at this point.
No, I don't. I do not see her. I think she's over here in this corner.
Okay. And I believe that cot that Miss Fuson just put down is going to be Olivia's cot. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do y'all put on these cots before they lay them down? Is there a pad under there, or is it just a sheet, or what is
We
it?
just put a sheet on them, and then the parents bring in a blanket that they lay with as well.
Okay, for the week you said? Okay. And I apologize for the silence, but I think it's important to let this section of the video play out. So we'll go a few minutes here. If there's something that comes up that you want to say to narrate the video, please do. So does that look like Olivia right there?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Did that concern you at all?
Yes.
In what way?
Yes.
In what way? I'm going to pause it really quick so you can,
We don't push the kids down on their cots.
okay. What is the proper procedure for putting, if a kid continues to lift its head up?
I mean, you can lay with them or gently put them back down, but we don't push them down.
Okay. Is she back up again right now?
Yes.
About that, does that concern you?
Yes.
Could you tell where she grabbed her by that time?
It looks like she's grabbing her arms.
I don't know if you can tell, but does it look like if Olivia's crying or not?
I can't tell. I could only assume that she was.
Did that last one concern you as well?
Yes.
About that one?
Yes.
Did that one as well?
Yes.
She lifting her head again?
Correct. Yes.
Did that action concern you as well?
Yes.
Is that a proper way to handle a 1-year-old?
No.
How about that one?
Yeah. Not proper at all.
I'm gonna rewind that one.
I just said, yeah, it's not proper at all.
Okay. Now, at this point, when you watch this video back in January of 2023 and you're watching it, and you watched it earlier today and you're watching it now, do you recall if Olivia moved at all for the next 30 plus minutes?
No, she does not seem to.
So she went from crying and lifting her head up, pushing her body up, to entirely motionless for 30 minutes.
Correct.
Does that sound normal?
No.
I'm gonna fast forward in 30-second intervals. She's continuing to get the other kids ready, right?
Yes.
Still no movement from Olivia.
No.
Still no movement,
No.
correct?
Correct.
So do you know what Ms. Fuson is doing here? Is she making notes or what is she?
Yeah, I would say that if those were the daily sheets she was writing on earlier, that that's what she's doing now as well.
She fill out any sort of accident report or anything for this day?
No,
Looks like she's checking on Olivia now. Is that right?
that's what it seems to be.
Does Olivia appear to be moving at all?
Not that I can see.
So for the record, we're approximately 8 minutes after the final time that she forced Olivia's head down. Wanted to stop and show where she checked on Olivia. I'm going to fast forward approximately 30 more minutes. Did you see some movement at that point from Olivia?
Yes,
So approximately 34 minutes after she finally moved.
yes.
Okay. I'm going to fast forward again approximately an hour and a half to when Olivia wakes up from her nap. Do you guys typically let them wake up on their own, or do you wake them up, or how does that work?
They'll start waking up on their own, and then as the little ones wake up, we start changing them, and whether or not we turn the lights on to get the rest of them up or whatever, if we see that they're moving, we'll go ahead and get them up.
Okay. Is she changing Olivia's diaper here? Is that what she's doing?
Yes.
Some of the kids still sleeping, but the lights are back on now. Is that right?
Correct.
And can you tell where Olivia is right now?
It looks like she's still sitting by the changing table.
Okay. Is Olivia standing right there?
Yes.
Okay. Walking a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit. I guess they have an afternoon snack as well. Is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see anything there that concerned you at all?
To be honest, I didn't look that far the day that I pulled this video.
Okay. Just fast forwarding through. Is that Olivia there walking around by the stairs, kind of,
Yes.
or standing? And if you recall, what time do the kids in general, or Olivia, what time did she usually get picked up, if you can recall?
I would say maybe around 5 o'clock.
I believe this video ends before, but there's Olivia in the bottom left playing over there. Is that right?
Yes.
I believe this video ends before she gets picked up. but she's still on camera there. I think she's at the table down there.
Yes.
And there's. Okay, so after you saw those incidents that we just watched in the high chair and the nap cot, and you said you fired Miss Fuson, what did you do after that?
I got in touch with DCS, DHS, and followed all the procedures that we have to do.
And do you recall what day you did that?
It would have been on the 10th. That was the day after.
You did it on the 10th, okay.
Yes.
So do you recall what day they made contact with you after you reported this?
Normally they're out within 24 hours, so I'd say they were there by the 11th.
Okay. And then you cooperated with the investigation, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any further problems with Olivia after that point?
As far as on our terms, no.
And I'm going to backtrack just briefly, but pretty quickly. When we were watching the video and I was asking you if that was appropriate or not, you said no. Do you guys train your employees when they're hired or while they're working there? How does that work?
There are specific trainings that the state requires for every teacher before they go into the classrooms.
Okay. What does that training consist of?
There's like 5 specific ones that they have to have, which is SID, shaken baby, child abuse, before you begin, and it touches on all the basics and all the everyday things.
Okay. Did Ms. Fuson undergo that training?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Brian, you may ask.
Good afternoon, Ms. Carter.
Hi.
How long have you been a daycare director in Tennessee?
For approximately 10 years plus.
Okay, and you have to be licensed by the state of Tennessee, is that right?
Correct.
I think you told the jury in your direct examination that you felt like Olivia Hyde was ready to transition into the toddler room on January the 9th of 2023, is that right?
Correct.
We just looked at the video here in court today, this afternoon, is that right?
Correct.
Of what was going on in the room on January the 9th, 2023, correct? It looked to me that Olivia Hyde was not ambulatory on January 9th, 2023, meaning having the ability to walk.
Correct.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Do you remember being interviewed by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation? I think it was on January the 20th of 2023.
I remember talking to him. I'm not sure when it was.
In advance of your testimony here this afternoon, did you review that TBI report?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you saw that report?
I don't know that I've ever seen that report.
Okay. Do you remember submitting to an audio interview on January the 20th?
It's possible.
Has anybody played that audio interview for you in advance of the trial today?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple of questions. And if you need to look at this to refresh your recollection, I'm happy to have you look at it, okay? Do you remember, you agree with me that she was not ambulatory, not walking around?
She was learning to walk at that time.
Okay. She was still sort of crawling though, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember describing Olivia as a baby to the agents?
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Okay. And you characterized her as being a little sensitive, is that right?
Possibly.
Okay. You were asked some questions this afternoon about Olivia not moving for 30 minutes on the cot. You remember those questions?
Yes.
that General Holder just asked you a few minutes ago?
Yes.
When was the first time you were ever asked about Olivia being either unconscious or not moving on the cot?
It was mentioned at some point that the doctor thought maybe something of that nature, but I don't know.
Meaning their expert said that she was unconscious for 30 minutes, is that right?
Could be.
And they suggested that to you in preparing you for your testimony today, is that right?
No.
Well, you certainly never told the TBI on January the 20th of 2023 anything about this child being unconscious for 30 minutes.
I don't know that I knew that at that time.
Okay. Do you need to take a look at your TBI report of interview to satisfy yourself that you didn't tell the TBI anything about it?
I believe that I didn't tell them that if I didn't know that.
Okay. And when did this 30-minute unconsciousness come up?
I honestly, I don't remember. And I mean, watching it today, as I watched it in there earlier, like you could see that she didn't move.
Well, let me be more precise. When was the first time you ever talked to the district attorney's office representing the state in this case and had a conversation about, hey, this little girl was unconscious for 30 minutes?
I believe at some point that it was brought up before.
Yeah. Like
but-
today?
I mean, it was today.
Okay. Because they told you their expert is going to come in here and say that this little girl was unconscious for 30 minutes. Is that right?
No, they did not tell me
They
that.
didn't tell you that.
No.
How did they tell you that they determined she was unconscious? Meaning the DAs, the prosecutors?
I don't know that they told me. I'm pretty sure that it was that it was a conversation that I had with Macy early on, that she said the doctors thought maybe that she could have been.
Okay. And forgive me, you told me you've been in this business for how many years?
A total of over 20.
20 years. So, and you're licensed by the state.
Yes.
So you're familiar, at least generally, with the rules and regulations that govern your industry. Is that right?
Yes.
And there is no hard and fast rule that a child who is not developmentally ready needs to transition from an infant room into a toddler room once they reach 12 months or 13 months. Is that correct?
Correct.
By statute, they can stay in the infant room as late as 15 months. Is that right?
Correct.
Since she was, as you characterized her, a baby, and you agree that she was not walking, what was the big rush to move her from the infant room to the toddler room?
There was no rush.
Okay. Whose idea was it to move her into the toddler room?
It's what we do with all the kids around their birthdays. Around 12 months, we start transitioning them up at 13 months. They don't have to be walking. That's not a stipulation.
Okay. Is there any evaluation done of the children to see if they are developmentally ready to make that transition?
I mean, normally, between the directors and the teachers in the rooms, we know whether or not the kids are ready. It's very, very uncommon for a kid to ever be left in an infant room when they're 13 months.
But you characterized her as a baby to the TBI.
Saying that term, I call all the kids by that. That's just a reference of the infants and toddlers. I didn't mean anything directly to Olivia.
Take to pick a jury and how long is it going to take to get through certain witnesses. So I'm told that the state's next witnesses are on call for tomorrow morning rather than later today. So we're going to adjourn for the day. I would remind you of my instructions to not try to look at anything about this case. Don't do any research about it. Don't look up anything having to do with this case. And don't let anyone talk to you about it or talk to anyone about the case. When you leave today, I'm going to ask you to exit through this door, and then they'll let you out the hallway to where you need to go. And in the morning, when you come back through that hallway, and in the morning, come back into the jury assembly room like you were this morning, and then they'll bring you up. So, and if you could be here at about 8:45 so that we can get started right at 9 o'clock, then hopefully we'll make a lot of progress tomorrow. Thank you. You may retire now. So you can leave your notes and things in the jury room as well. So just FYI, we have a Madeline Hinkes, Hinkes, in the waiting room. Is she a defense or a?
This afternoon that the only parts of the trial they should be observing is when the state's expert testifies. So
All right, so tomorrow, what they need to do is to be available in the morning, and we'll allow them to come in without their camera being on, and they can observe and hear what state's witnesses testify to, and then we'll go from there. Rule is that an expert witness can sit in without violating the rule on the testimony of other expert witnesses, and then we can go from there. So, all right, we stand adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.